Hey, Fanboy Nation.
This is your pal Daffy Duck, and you're watching.
You're watching.
We're watching. You're watching Fanboy.
Fanboy. Fanboy.
Fanboy.
Fanboy.
A fanboy, etc.
Fanboy Nation.
Dot. I assume Tom.
After more than a year and a half hiatus because the world fell apart,
Yep.
Leon King or Melke Shlemoon is facing on a 10-day notice his opponent for the lightweight title at Epic 47 in San Diego, California on Friday, October 29, 2021. Melke, how are you, man?
What a great opportunity, isn't it? You just come in there on 10 days notice and you get to take the belts. I am very grateful. Obviously, I'm very thankful, but I'm ready, man. This is a great opportunity for me. So I'm feeling great.
You're not the first Assyrian in the lightweight category. There's you, there's Benial Dariush, who's from my family's village in Goitapa in Iran. There was Sheb Kallo over in San Diego. There's, Bassem Yosef out of Sweden. So we got some Assyrian fighters out there.
Nice, man. We're warriors. What else can we say, man?
Yeah, but we need to actually unite and do something. Not like, Im mitwane atilich minnu, and all of a sudden I don't talk to the people from over there.
Yeah.
Man,
I don't have the solution, but you are right.
Yeah. But man, I'm thrilled for you. Listen, Epic's always put on some good fights. Harvey Castellano is the matchmaker, so Harvey always knows what he's doing. Epic 46, I think, had 27 fights. They had to get started at 3 p.m. before hitting that midnight countdown,
It's insane. Yeah, Epic does his thing, and I'm very, kind of grateful and lucky to be in California where Epic fighting happens because it's one of the biggest promotions, right?
Dude,
For
Epic,
amateur-wise, it's pretty professional.
dude, for an amateur show, it might as well be pro.
For real, seriously.
Yeah. Now, take me through this. We have a huge Chaldean population in San Diego. We got a huge Lebanese population. San Diego is like California hidden gem. Everyone oh, LA or San Francisco or San Jose or whatever. Dude, if I leave Orange County, I'm moving to San Diego. It's one of those things, man. What is it about San Diego? And I think you fight out of Alliance East, right?
Yes, Alliance Training Center East. Yep,
yeah.
Correct.
Alliance is one of the best gyms in California, if not the country. You guys are also that sleeper cell, and I hate to use that phrase, but everybody in Alliance is coming up, but people haven't taken notice yet. What is it like training at Alliance East?
You're right about that, man. People are sleeping on us, and that's okay because we don't care. We come in there and we just do our thing, and that's beautiful to us. But what it feels like in there, it's beautiful, man. It's a lot of support. They really push you to your limits and exceed that, and they just every single person has his own thing, right, that is going for them, and the coaches focus on that and make them grow, so it's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful environment. I love it. And we also obviously punch each other really hard. So
all right, so here's the most Assyrian question you're going to get about everything all day today. Did you finish your engineering degree before you decided to become a fighter?
No, I did not.
How do you break that to your mom? Hey, mom, I'm not going to go and become, one of the 4 required industries of either the sciences, law, engineering, or business. I'm going to become the shame of the family, in leaving those 4. And then, of course, when you make it, every Assyrian is going to, I knew him when, it was the best idea he ever had.
Yeah. Hey, man. It's okay. My mom loves me, man. She doesn't care about that. But, I'm not doing too bad myself. I just got into the insurance business, so.
See, you're doing business, so okay, you're all right there. And then you can take care of your own medical bills that way.
Oh, yep. There we go.
Yeah. But what's it like for you? You're 3-0 as an amateur. You're about to get an amateur title fight. Next step after this is gonna have to be turning pro, I'd say, in maybe 2 to 3 fights maximum.
Possibly, yeah. That's very correct estimation. That's all we need. We just need to look like professionals in these amateur fights, these last few amateur fights, and that will just, showcase that I'm ready, and it will tell me that I'm ready as well, because that's why there's amateurs, right? To get ready. So after this one, a few more, like you said, and it's on. You know,
Yeah.
time is only ticking.
Well, where are the prospects coming from? Like LFA is huge. You know, they're the UFC feeder league. Bellator is always looking for people. Bama, you know, puts on some great shows, and there's so many indie promotions. XFC, I think Austin Beshi, he's a Syrian out of Michigan. He's fighting over there. So like, you know, we have promotions all over the country.
Yeah, why not? Wherever the road leads us, you know, we'll take it full on forward.
Yeah. So how do you get into MMA? Like you sit there and like, I'm gonna get into, like, I'm gonna honor the ancestors by becoming a fighter like them, or like, you know, what was the catalyst for you? What was the first fight you saw that you're like, this is my gig, this is where I'm going?
Here's the thing. I think it was always inside me. Like as a child, I always fought. I'm from Jordan originally. I came here about like 2011, 2010. And so as a child, it was rough out there, man. I would fight all the time. So it was part of me as well. So when it came to high school, I actually did wrestling for 4 years. And so that just pushed me and propelled me because our school was known for grinding and being the tough school. Like my high school was a sleeper school as well. Like it's just a theme apparently that we just come in last minute and just bulldoze through. So it helped me through. And when I turned 21, I said, you know what? Let me just try. This is inspiring. It was around Conor McGregor was coming up, and he was at that time when he was, you know, like very motivational. It was something to watch. So I was like, okay. Plus I got the wrestling. Okay, let's try it.
Right. And now the next goal is to create an Arak company and start selling that.
I'm sorry?
Now you're gonna make an Arak company and start selling that.
How funny? Hey, no, I don't think
Hey, if he's got Irish whiskey, might as well have Arak, right?
Assyrian whiskey.
You know, go all full old school anisette and everything.
Nah, we would be better than whiskey. Like we would be something else, you know, some fine wine or something, Assyrian wine or something.
Yeah, with everything like you have an immigrant story. You came here. Randa Marcus, she came here from Iraq, you know, during the war as well, and like so much is going on. That like, how do you tell your mom I'm gonna fight? You know, because like I wrestled myself, I did judo. You know, I don't like getting hit, so that's why I never got into like kickboxing or boxing because I don't want to get punched in the face. Like, you know, you have to be khachashidana to want to like get into this industry. But
Here's the
that's
thing,
you know, every like
obviously,
driven person.
There's obviously a few exceptions of people who do like to get hit, but I personally believe nobody really likes to get hit. It's just a lot of more people are more comfortable getting hit than others.
Yeah.
So, you know, and when it comes to my mom, I think she obviously doesn't like it. Like, let's be real, she's a mother and, you know, she doesn't want her son hurt. But it is what it is. I have the skills, I have the heart, I have the desire. So I'm pushing forward with it. So. Yeah.
Until you turn pro and then you end up in the UFC and then she's just like, all right, that's my son.
Okay, yep, she'll understand. No, she supports this. She supports.
That's good, man. What about your siblings? Like, are they into all of this as well, or like, what's the deal?
Actually, I'm an only child, so I don't have any siblings.
You and me, like, seriously, dude. Like, you know, how do we get like stuck with this? But both combat sports, only children, man.
It happens, I suppose. You know.
Yeah. Now you get Carlos Kramer to be the ring announcer on Friday night, and Carlos is the Roaring Lion. He's working for Brave Combat Fighting out of I think Bahrain, right? That's where they're from.
He's all over the place. I have him on Instagram.
He's a machine.
Great guy.
I love Carlos, man. Carlos is one of the best dudes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was really happy he recovered from that. Like seriously, man, it was a tough time for a while for him. So I'm glad he's coming back and he's doing his thing. It's great to watch.
Yeah. Well, he's a Marine too, so that's why he's a machine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Man doesn't know the word quit. Like can't even spell it.
That's amazing.
You know, when you decided to transition from wrestling to MMA, obviously you have to get into BJJ for this, but wrestling is the grinder sport. I mean, what is it like? The most champions in the UFC that have held the title have been wrestlers. I mean, Cormier, and then you know Henry Cejudo and everybody else.
You have to have a full package. It's just a must. You know, you will get in those situations where you have to wrestle, so it's a must. Yeah.
And how easy was the transition from wrestling to BJJ for you?
You know, it's tough because usually I'm not used to being on my back. But sometimes, like I said, you get in those positions, so you do have to know what you're doing. And for me, honestly, I like to be on top. Like I like to grind and break people, so I don't see myself on the bottom too many times. But when I am in there, I know how to defend it simply because I have learned it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I see. You want to go for that inside leg ride and drop some hammer fists.
Yes, that's it. Just literally wrist lock and just boom, boom. He better, even if he sees it coming, he's not stopping. So
Yeah. Now you're fighting. I think it's Anthony DeSilva on Friday.
correct.
Yeah. Anthony's a nice guy. Like I think I saw when I met both of you, you guys were like hanging out with each other. So like,
Yeah, I actually congratulated him after his last fight. I mean, I have no animosity at all. It's just one of those like final scenes in the movie or some shit where the two friends like fight. It's all good, it's okay.
it's one of those stepping stones to get to the pros. I get it.
Yep.
Is it harder to fight somebody that you like than somebody you don't like?
No, actually, it's easier because you don't feel bad hitting them harder. You're like, whatever. There is no feelings towards this, so I feel like that helps me. So
yeah, because the funny thing, like I love watching the women fight because like it's just all hate. They don't care. It's like there's no sportsmanship. It's just pure hate. Like even at the end, they raise the winner's hand. Hate, like they can't let it go. That's the fun part about watching the women fight.
Yeah, full exertion of just all fucking just forward. So sorry for cousin.
No, it's all right, man. It's all right. See, like the thing, like I was 215 and I was heavyweight. So like by the time they got to us at the end of the night, like we're emotionally spent because we've been there with the team and like cheering everybody on and everything else. And now you're like main event, co-main event on Friday. You're like, how do you keep your composure and you stay focused when there's so many other fights leading up to the main event?
Well, I believe there's only like 5-6 fights before the fight. So, and even if it's the first fight, even if it's the last fight, I feel like I don't know. You just have to work around it.
Yeah.
You have to know yourself, how you feel in certain situations, and just deal with your emotions.
Yeah.
You can't hide them. You just if you feel nervous, see why. What are you thinking about? Change your thoughts. Boom, you change your feelings.
Take us back a couple of steps because you do have that immigrant story. You came from Jordan about a decade ago. You had to learn English on your way here, unless you went to like British school in Jordan.
Oh no, actually, I was fortunate enough to be in a private school because I was getting in too many fights. Like I said, where they actually taught quite a bit of English, where it was just like ABCs, a little bit of grammar, a little bit of sentences here and there. So I did know, a little bit of vocabulary here and there. But you know the saying. I came here, I was a boater. I was barely speaking English. I was freaking, But luckily, joining the wrestling team helped me out tremendously because all they were doing is speaking English to me. They were actually willing to help me out, and that was great. Those are my brothers for life.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Like your teammates still keep in contact with you now and like come to the fights and stuff?
Absolutely. I mean, they're doing their own thing. They're like in other cities, but yeah, they're all there. They're always there.
When you came to the States, did you first come to San Diego and like that's where you guys planted or?
No, we went to Modesto for a month or two. I think that's like the magnet for Assyrians or immigrants or something. I don't know. And then from there we went here. We came here to San Diego. So.
Yeah, everybody goes to like Chicago, then Turlock and Modesto, and then everywhere else. See, I used to say the Chaldeans were smarter than the Assyrians, even though we're the same people. Just dialectic differences. Because like, oh, they went to San Diego. They went by the beach, and then I found out they all went to El Cajon. I was like, man, they went to Baghdad. All they did was go back to the desert.
Yeah. Just migrated over. That's funny.
You're like, no, the beach is too nice. We need to be reminded of the sand. Let's go to El Cajon.
El Cajon, man. Let's go deep in there.
Yeah. That's because all the gamblers moved over there because Pachanga is like 15 minutes north.
What's that? Where's Pachanga?
Pachanga, the Indian casino.
Oh, okay.
In Temecula.
Okay.
Yeah.
I play poker. I'm really nice at poker,
Dude, man. I don't have a poker face, man. I get too mad. I was like, God damn it, how much money do I have on the table? Like, I'm happy with blackjack. I can't do poker.
No, see, I can't do that, man. I know that's the only way I can make profits is by playing poker. House wins, man, tremendously.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
Well, you got into insurance, and Carlos Kramer, again, the ring announcer for Epic Fighting, and we're talking about Epic 47 this Friday, October 29th. You know,
Yes.
Carlos is an insurance man too. Has he given you any tips?
Oh, no, I did not know that, but I haven't spoken to him about it. I mean, I don't speak about my business, but it just so happened to be to come out. But hey, I'll ask him. I'll see what type of insurance he's in.
Pick his brain, man. You got to get some tips from Carlos.
Yeah, why not, man? He's a great guy.
You're both grinders.
Yep,
So,
absolutely.
everything that's going on in your life right now, the world's opening back up. You took a hiatus because really nobody was hosting fights unless you wanted to go to Florida or Kansas City or whatever. And they were mostly doing bare knuckle out there. Like, dude, bare knuckle has done some good shows.
Yeah.
Like, were you thinking like, man, if this doesn't open back up, I'm gonna have to like get out of the fight game? Because you're in your prime right now. Those prime years of still being healthy. Your knees aren't popping constantly.
You're right. I mean, it is what it is, man. I don't care about it. I knew it was gonna come back. I knew things were gonna be back the way. I don't think nothing lasts forever, but nothing lasts forever.
Yeah. So like, what's the ultimate goal, man? UFC, Bellator, one championship?
All the way forward. All the way forward. So whatever promotion, I just say to myself, just keep winning. As long as I keep winning, everything will set in stone for itself. So
yeah. Well, dude, Bellator's got Fader coming back for another fight. One has put on some tremendous shows out of Singapore and Indonesia and everything. Michael Chavello is the color commentator over there. He's a buddy of mine. I love Michael and what they're doing at one championship. It's almost like cooler to go international and make all your money there before coming home.
Why not?
Yeah.
There's no wrong way about it.
All right. So where's the dream fight, man? Like Jordan is the dream fight, Jerusalem, San Diego for a UFC title fight. Like what?
Man. Too small. The whole city, the whole country would be crowded if it's the dream fight. Like in my scenario, I'm imagining, 100,000 people. I don't know. So
you want Sydney is what you want. You want that like Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm, Sydney fight.
Why not? Yeah. Why not? How many were in attendance at that fight?
Yeah, I think they sold out the whole rugby stadium over there.
Yep, a stadium sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I would love to sell out a stadium.
Yeah, there's something about MMA that's not only primal but honorable. Because who was it? It was the guy who created Conan the Barbarian, and Robert something. I can't remember his last name off the top of my head, but he said something to the extent of savage men are more civil, have more civilized tongues than the civilized man, because at some point they know if they cross the line, and I'm paraphrasing, they'll get their skull bashed in.
Yeah.
And there's this level of civility within the violence that people don't understand. Because I know a lot of people that have never been in a fight or a wrestling match or whatever that just talk and talk and talk. And I look at them and I'm like, dude, somebody is going to shut your mouth when you least expect it. Like,
yes.
Why do you think that the people that don't know how to fight talk the most garbage?
You know what they say, man. The emptiest vessel makes the most noise, right? I mean, listen. And the thing is like you said earlier, we choose this way. Like we choose to be kind because we know what we could do, right? And like the person who doesn't know his abilities will just I don't know. It's a lot of, like you said, a lot of talk for no reason, because it's a lesson that someday will come. A lot of people get lucky and they get old and they never learn that lesson, but it will come to most people. So it's okay. I think most people understand. It's just like you said, the ones who are, like the ones who speak loud is because the ones who are quiet know what's up. So,
even Joe Rogan talked about that. He's like, man, there are people that are like advocating violence that don't know how to fight. He's like, I know how to fight and I don't want to get into a fight.
Seriously, like I literally have no feelings. I just want to fight. Like I want no problems. I just want to fight.
So long as it's a paycheck, follow the Matt Sarah advice. What is it? Don't fight in the street because the loser goes to the hospital, the winner goes to jail.
That's a good one.
We're not 14 anymore, man. Once you hit 18, you're like, it better be a purse on the line for this.
Absolutely, man. There's no reason.
You know, what do you want to tell other Assyrian fighters that are coming up? Like we have Ivanov, who was a judoka in the Olympics for Ukraine. You know, I mentioned Benial, Ashur Dermo out of Chicago. He's a black belt in BJJ. He owns his own academy out there. You know, Basim Yosef, and so many guys that are like almost flying under the radar because, like, yeah, Benny's in the UFC, but he hasn't gotten a title fight yet. And Benny's really quiet. Like, I don't know how much you know about Urmijnaya, especially from Goitapa, but we have like two types. We have the type that are so quiet that like nothing bothers them. And then the others that are like Rabba Ajuzana, you know, they're like wound up really tight. And Benny's like so calm that like if he caught fire, you were like, Nasha, Benny, you're burning. And he's like, I know it's kind of hot, but what can you do? Like my dad was the same way. Mamuni's the same way. Like, you know, what would you tell other Assyrians to stop flying under the radar and like make that name and that impact out there?
Man, it's hard to say, man, because you know, fans are fickle. They just whatever works is the successful story. So like when he becomes a champion, when he gets that title shot and he becomes a champion, then people will look at him and be like, okay, well, maybe it's the right way to go. Maybe I should be quiet. Maybe I should just come and fight. So it's hard to say like what they should change because they just feel like people just like whatever the winner does, whatever the champion does is how they will be perceived as a successful, you know, way to go about it. You know what I'm saying? So if he's nice and he's quiet and he just comes in and fights and wins, and like Khabib, they'll be like, okay, you don't really need to speak. You just come and dominate. So he just needs to win his next fights. He's good. And everybody, just keep grinding. We got this. We got this, man.
Nah, dude, Benny's super cool. He's running the gym, you know, King's MMA out of Anaheim. So he's the head trainer over there. He's still fighting for the UFC. He's doing his thing. So I got nothing but nice things to say about him. I use the like light on fire analogy as an example of like that's how calm he is. That if he was on fire, I'd be like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a great analogy. Describes him well.
Yeah.
I actually saw him at the last Epic event. No, I think he was cornering. I think he was cornering the kid that fought Anthony.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was there. He was there.
Yeah.
Interesting. He might be there again.
You know what, my man? Tell me what to expect Friday night, October 29th in San Diego at Epic 47.
My hand raised. Simple, bro. I think they are underestimating me, which is okay. I like that, man. I like that because I'm coming in there to put on a performance, and it's gonna be good. I'm gonna bully him and break him, and get my hand raised, and thank God and thank my friends, and go home and eat some food.
Perfect, man. And I like that you didn't sit there like you called out. It's like it's gonna be a second round knockout or a submission or whatever. You just want your hand raised so long as you get the win.
I will do everything to get my hand raised. So whatever comes my way, you know, if the opportunity presents itself, yeah, I'll finish the fight. But I'm there for the whole 9 minutes to dominate. So
you got to do me one favor. You got to send me the video because I can't make it this Friday to San Diego, unfortunately. And you know I love coming down to Epic to cover those fights, so I can't make it. But you got to send me the video.
No problem. We'll do, man. We'll do.
All right. Let everybody know on social media where we can find you.
Just Instagram at King Shlemoon. That's all. I don't have no other social medias. So, and I need to get better at posting stuff. So if you would like to help me out, DM me or whatever, we can work. Okay.